Sabotaj girişimlerine rağmen Atatürk Kültür Merkezi yıkımı için 2018 Mayıs'ında ilk kazma vuruldu. Yapılması planlanan projeye de tıpkı yıkımı gibi eleştiri sesleri yükseldi.
It is useful to begin by reiterating an obvious circumstance. After all, any production is impossible, no matter what practice which does not occupy a particular position.
60'lı yılların ilk belki de veya ilklerinden İstanbul'un ve Türkiye'nin hatta Avrupa'nın en modern yapılarından biri olarak yapıldı.
The common sense of representation works collectively with the perception of all human production, and increasingly more of all existence as an immobile, transcendent totality. Taksim Square can be considered as a microcosm of Turkish architectural change and transformation. Representation values in AKM can be regarded as one of the essential pillars of this cosmos. This monumental building, where we can see a historic allegory as the front foyer area and facade design, is also important of the stage it established with the square. Moreover, it should be emphasized that the square should not be closed and cannot be closed.
Kültür Sarayı opera olarak ilk yapıldığı iskeletiyle sadece bir opera salonuna ihtiva ediyordu. Alevler sirayet etmiş ve tabii salona geçtikten sonra da fuaylara gayet kolaylıkla dağılmış.
The most effective communication AKM has installed with Istanbul is definitely its facade facing Taksim Square, and the largest transformation that Tabanoğlu made on the Priorat project additionally indicates itself here. With the addition of the foyer in front of the historical facade line, a transparent and light-soft facade of metal-clad steel construction and aluminium joinery is positioned in the front of the neoclassical monumentality of the historical project. Thus the facade is like a rewritten parchment, a layered surface on which two distinctive tags are superimposed. Actually, the facade represents the film curtain. The curtain was used to be pulled up when the film started in those days. It was once made to characterize it, and regardless of many technological obstacles, it could be done. The facade design belongs to İlhan Tayman. It is possible to watch the overlapping of two constructing architectural languages from each the foyer and the semi-transparent facade. As such, the facade reminds of Colin Rowe and Robert Slatsky's distinction between ordinary and extraordinary transparency. Ordinary transparency takes place solely when looking inner from a glass facade, while a greater extraordinary scenario takes place when the rare surfaces can be felt on the front surface, simply like a cubist painting when the depth is flattened on the front surface. Although there is no extraordinary transparency of the facade of the AKM, as in Rowe and Slatsky examples, there is no extraordinariness created by the impact of rewritten parchment, created by the conditions of the day and the interweaving of the two constructions. When seen from the square, one can observe the layers of the different construction phases of the construction and the actions of the humans who came to the theater, especially when looking at the illuminated interior at night. An individual who has a feeling of being in the foyer in his reminiscence sees the parchment effect more quickly. New texts were written on this parchment facade with the framework of the events that took place in Taksim over the years after construction was once built. When viewed from the inside the building, Taksim Square can be viewed with all its clarity. In different words, AKM is like a theater itself in relationship with the Taksim, as well as the theater performances it contains. It is the both decor and the audience space of real-life stage in Taksim, in the same proportion and scale as the facade of its predecessor AKM projects. However, the ceramic shell, one of the essential elements of the opera hall, was brought together with the square thanks to the interrupted visual communication possibility provided by the service system, mounted with the glass columns and the facade that became more transparent relying on the technical quality of the glass used. Thus, it was envisaged to emphasize the presence of the opera house in the city center as a clearly perceived strong image with its color and dynamism. The hemisphere joining the Taksim Square meets the day's with its whole-like potential beneath the shell, while it is aimed to arouse curiosity and appeal to new audience visually. In our opinion, the new front approach, which was finally realized, does not go beyond contemplating the social memory symbolically and metaphorically. Due to the approach to remake one of the main elements of the building and replace the remaining parts, the building has acquired a false historicism identity. In today's Istanbul, which is occupied with the false historical symbols, as a result, the contribution of modern architecture to the city has been completely denied. If you ask us, not only AKM, each and every building, each cultural artifact not to be preserved as much as possible and no longer destroyed. They must be protected not due to the fact they symbolize very important, essential given values, not because they are monuments that have no longer be touched, changed. However, everyone continuously reveals a big potential that opens up to what is new and different.